Alright, so here we are, guys, standing in front of the waterfalls. Haven't named them yet, but if you watch the live stream the other day, Speedway and we started building this waterfall. It came to me in a dream. I'm kidding. But yeah, we just started building it. We were roasting each other, having a good time. Um, it's not even done yet, not even close to it. So let's just take a look at it. This is not what I was working on today, but I just wanted to show it to you guys because Speedway was actually working on it after the live stream. I had stopped, but he's pretty hardcore and kept going. So he basically put it in here, put in the trees, cleaned up the riverbed itself, put in this neat little statue over here. So later on, what's going to happen is we're going to continue working on this to blend this map in to this map here, and then begin work on this map. But there's going to be there's basically going to be a tunnel over here and a nice bridge here that's going to lead into another tunnel here, which is going to lead to the caves. The caves are going to be super, super awesome. I can't wait to get started on it, but it's going to be a massive, massive project. Just keep in mind that most of this map on top won't be playable. It's not going to have mazes going through it. It's going to be just eye candy on a map. Most of everything is going to take place underground inside the mine, which is it's going to be cool. You have to stay tuned for that. But right now, the things I'm working on, I think we need to add some rocks down here for the waterfall to, fall on. Right now, it's just a little too blue for my taste. You can see I was playing with the bubbles, if you're familiar with my bubble machine, so some of them rise up higher. And I'm just trying to get the effect of the water, water hitting water. There's going to be mist and everything else. And I'm going to play around with some visual effects and try to make some sweet eye candy. But yeah, it's still in the testing phase, or the experimental phase, I should say. But it's pretty neat. Keep in mind, this is in the realm. So you're going to be able to see the waterfall from here. You can see the dragon statue, the woodland mansion. You can see in the pillager outpost, the monument, the pyramid. So there's a lot right now just in here that you can see. But that's not what I wanted to work on today. Basically, what I wanted to work on today is the pit, or the ore pit, as I'm calling it. Let's go ahead and go over here. I'll show you what's going on here. The last time you saw this was during the live stream, and Speedray and I built this bridge. It was kind of funny because I first put it in. I used a structure block, which I'm always like, all right, I love the structure blocks. Well, apparently I don't know how to use a structure block because I put it in backwards. It went through that wall. It was pretty bad out. Let's take a look at it. Right through here, actually. So I pasted it in this way, which was pretty bad. We found another spawner. That's the third spawner in this pit. But yeah, so Speedway's like, well, let's just build it from scratch. All right, we did it, and we did it really quick. So I'm not going to do a tutorial on this bridge because this would be a kind of a cool bridge if we did it on the side of a mountain or something like that, a natural Minecraft mountain. If you need to put a bridge there and you actually had something like this, it's just basically massive pieces of lumber with some collars on their chain and then some supports underneath the bridge. But it's just a really cool bridge. And then, of course, Speedray, he likes trolling me, so he'll put random things in there. So I came back the next day and I'm like, what is this? What the? There's a guy hanging underneath the bridge. Yourself. Yeah, so we built that during the live stream. So if you want to know how to build it, you can just look at that live stream. I think it's number 9. You can find my live streams under my playlist, and then you can watch us build it, and then you can build it for your world if you like it, if you like things like that. So last time we saw this, all this wasn't here. It was pretty empty. We're still in the testing phases of where I was building stuff. If you can see the gold ore up there, this is the north wall. So this means that's the east wall, west wall, south wall over there. Each wall is going to be a different ore. Like this is going to be a gold ore. The south wall is going to be the diamond ore. This is going to be the lapis ore, and this will be, I was thinking redstone ore, but redstone gives off a a kind of a low light, so it may be the emerald ore, which is probably better. And if I wish there was a better one than the lapis, not that lapis is bad. Um, but I'll play around with it, see what we come up with. But what we're doing today, what my project here is, well, first of all, I actually want to stop and I want to say I'm at 84 subscribers, guys. I'm really starting to chug along now. I'm breaking records. It's my 5th month doing this. I know I'm not very good. I know that I have a lot of work and a long way to go to bring better content, I should say, or even good content, really. But to bring the watchable content. But I just want to thank you for all your support. I'm actually doing a lot better than I thought I would ever be doing. And I know I can't, I know I'm not always entertaining or maybe even sometimes entertaining, but I know it's going to get better, and I appreciate the support. I appreciate the likes that you guys give, and I love the comments, and I like answering you back. But yeah, everything looks good. If I can get 100 subscribers by my 6th month, I only need 16 more, and I have way more than 16 days to go. So that would just make my whole year for 2021 to get 100 within 6 months. And then after that, I don't care what happens. I quit. I give up. That was my first goal when I was making YouTube videos, was to get 100 subscribers. But I thought I could do it in a month. I was like, I could do that in a month. Well, it's really hard. But I want to thank you guys for your support, and you guys are triggering the algorithm for me. And my videos are getting a lot more views. I've got a video out there that I think I have 8,000 views on now. My highest Minecraft one, I almost got 1,000 views, and that's my bubble mob elevator. It's almost got 1,000 views. It may even have 1,000 views by today. And that's extremely awesome for me. It's better than I thought I would ever do. And I just want to say thank you for that. All right, so getting back to what we're doing, getting back on track. As you can see, what I did the last couple of days, speed rate's been off, and I've just been working mornings, probably about 5 hours a day, so it's about 10 hours worth of work here. I'm doing the layout for the maze, the vertical horizontal maze, and it's just one block, just gives me a reference of which way I want to go, which things I want to do, where to put chests, spawners, workshops, and of course NPC players. But keep in mind, if this maze is actually accessible very early game, but this part of the maze is extremely difficult. And the reason I put it so close, because it's catty corner to the Eden. Right here, there's Eden, right there's the center of Eden right there, and you can get to it via right here, which isn't, it's kind of difficult. It's not like a straight shot, and you can get to it from this map so far. And I just want to make sure I put that this maze is going to be extremely difficult, and if you don't know how I build mazes or how my mind works or the craziness I get, I wouldn't recommend doing this until you've done some of the smaller ones. The easiest dragon to get to for the Ender Pearl or Ender Portal block is the forbidden or the forgotten dragon. This one is going to be very difficult, even though it's really close. There's going to be other ones that are easier than this, because of this is just one maze here, and sometimes you got to leave this maze to get back to this maze. But here it's that maze, and you have this vertical horizontal maze that's going to be extremely difficult. And I think if you're not used to my mazes, or like I said, the way I think, this probably could frustrate you. But it could be also a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of eye candy. And toward the end of the video, if I can remember, I'm going to show you something special that I'm going to put in here that for the first time in the game. Oops. Well, first time, I wouldn't say the first time in the game, because you might not even come back to this area. You might not even find this area until way later. But it's going to be the first end portal that I build. Not end portal, excuse me, the nether portal that I build. And it's going to take you into the nether, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But there's going to be several nether portals, several different things, and they're going to spit you out in like ice biomes and badlands and stuff like that. Just different terrain. One's going to spit you out in the bottom of the ocean. It's going to be pretty cool. Which is going to be Atlantis. That's going to be a lot of fun doing Atlantis. Um, if I had to say, I would say in the game, still not even a percent done. This game is just it's massive. Um, and I think we're going on 3 months on it, 2 months, 3 months on this game, something in that neighborhood. So yeah, it's going to be a while. But speed right here. Excuse me, I just lost my breath there. Um, I'm gonna try to get two more buddies in here and work on it. Because now, like I said before, this is on a realm, so we can work and we don't. I don't have to be on. They can just come in and do whatever they want. And the invitation's still open if you're interested in working on something like this. Um, I don't care how old you are, as long as if you're under the age of 16, at least of under the age, so 15 and below. I would probably talk to your parent first before you come out here because everyone else is above 18, above 21. So it'd just be better to check in with your parents to make sure that you'll be working with older people on a project. Anyway, so okay, let's get back in here. Somebody yelled squirrel. I got all happy. So a lot of this is done over here. This is the full phase of it. What I've decided to do is I'm taking out the lighting, and I'll explain why here in a second. Let me set it to midnight. I don't like. You see how the light bleeds over? It bleeds out here. So there's light here, but it bleeds all the way up here. I don't like the way that looks. What I want to do is that now I'm going to work with the light block. And if you saw my light block video, I'm going to implement that into this part of the game to get a dimmer light, which means there's going to be more mobs, which isn't a problem. Gives you more things to fight, gives you more treasure, gives you more experience, everything experience, which is good. But what I'm going to do is I just want the light. Well, see, that one doesn't bleed. Yeah, it bleeds. See, it bleeds up here. Even though it's down here, it's still bleeding up here. I'm going to make it use that light block and to make it as dim as possible so the light just stays in here and illuminates this. That way, when you're in here, if you can imagine, just those parts being illuminated. Except for the bridge will be nice and bright. This will be, what it is. But see how it doesn't bleed out? I like that. So that's what we're going to work on. But what I'm going to do is I'm trying things different. I started watching my videos again from number one because this is, I think, episode 63. And I'm going to try to do different things to make it more entertaining, which means I'm going to work on stuff, come back to it in the same episode. So like right now, I'm going to go ahead and break away. What I want to do is finish this whole north wall here so it all is done like this. Take out this lighting. And then I will begin recording again, get back with you, and then we'll put in that other lighting. We'll look at it. We'll see what we think, how it looks. And if we like it, we'll keep it. If we don't, we'll scrap it all out and go with a dimmer light or whatever, a brighter light. I think Luminous 7 would probably be pretty, it's just halfway below 15. So one below the halfway point. Seeing that one is nothing. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and break away from there. I'm going to finish this wall up, and I'll be right back, and we'll start working on the lighting. All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right, and I'm back, and a project that I figured would only take 30, 40 minutes. Ended up taking me 6 hours, and it's actually the next day. So yeah, I finished it up. What I did was I did a little decorating, not too much. But yeah, they're all 4 deep now. I actually added some treasure areas. I added in the cheat map. Right, let me put on some night vision so we can see better. Yeah, I put on the imprisoned path, which is the cheat map. As you can see, it actually shows you where the arrows are. Here you enter, and here you exit. It actually shows you the cheat path for this maze here. So that has been added. Yep, it's right in there. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, so you have to figure this out. A player, as you can see, to find the entrance, you have to look where the dragon's facing. It's facing that way, so you'd have to look at the dragon to here, or as you're wandering with the map, and see which way the dragon's facing to see which way you need to go to find this entrance as well. Yeah, I added some cobwebs. I'm not 100% certain that this is going to be what it's going to look like in the end. At the end of this project. A little bit too many cobwebs, but yeah, added a bed area, a workshop with the allow blocks, so players can, and there's barrier blocks here, so you can't destroy any of the blocks above it or anything like that. But uh, yeah, so players will be able to come in here, put down their shulker boxes, their end chests, uh, and stuff like that, and be able to work on their stuff and upgrade. If they got a brewing post or potion stand, they can use that and everything else. um, yeah, so the treasure in here is going to contain uh, what is it? End powder or blaze powder, end powder. Um, but yeah, so now it's time for the lighting. As you can see, I took out the other lighting that I had previously as I did this. Uh, oh, I have night vision on. Yeah, smooth moving. Here we go. Let me switch this out. Okay, so there it is right now. So what I'm going to do is add in the light and see what we can come up with, see what it looks like. And I'm going to make it pretty dim. I have to see where mobs can spawn and all that because I want a lot of mobs spawning in this area. I want it to be very challenging at the same time as you're trying to figure this out. Mobs will be coming after you and stuff like that. And just keep in mind, remember, there's no sleeping in the game because the beds, I'll show you the little trick I do that when you do a checkpoint. You can just click on the bed and that'll be your save point. But at the same time, I'm going to put a name tag on a mob and hide it. That way there's always a mob nearby and you can't sleep. So there'll be phantoms and everything else. So you can't skip. If it's raining, thundering, you have to play the game. If it's dark, you have to play the game. You have to play how it is. And that's why you need night vision and stuff like that. It's going to force you to do a lot of things. But in this part of it, I want it lit up a little bit just for eye candy and aesthetics. Because, like I say, I like to say eye candy a lot, but I want you to be able to see the path from wherever you are on the map. So let me go ahead and break away and put in the lighting, and when I'm happy with that, I'll be right back. All right, there it is. Um, so I went with the Luminous 8 rather than doing Luminous 7, uh, because 7 I would have to put the lighting almost on every block throughout every path. I went with 8 being the minimum for mobs to spawn, for the average mob. So I spaced them between like 7. I think every 7th block I put a light source of 8. I added in the bottom hedge there, so now it's nice and covered up. So let's go ahead and look at it at night. What a midnight. I love midnight. And there we go. And there's still bleeding. You can see it on the wood, but it doesn't go beyond the wood. And I like that, except for the lower left down there where the imprisoned path the map is. It's a little bit brighter in there. What I used was a soul lantern, and then I used a luminous of 15, put it in 2 spots, and that's why it's bright down there. Other than that, let's take a look at this. And she's a beaut, Clark. Here we go. We're gonna head down here to where I was talking about. See, as you head in here, that lamp is actually, and I put nothing compared to the 215s in the corner. One over there by the water. That way, this room is lit up a little bit, and then I got 8s just going around. Yeah, so you can see the hedge is back here. So I turned the map, actually. I forgot that I could rotate the map. And then rather than have the player figure it out, I just put it straight. I may change that. I don't know. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. I think it was what I was aiming for. Like I said, the bleed is still there, but it's very dim and it doesn't go beyond the wood really. It goes a little bit, but you don't really notice it. I took the lanterns off the bridge just to see it better. But I'm going to keep the bridge lit up because I want the bridge at night to be seen very well. But yeah, that's what she looks like. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up for that part of it. Like I said, let's go ahead and we're just going to go over something real quick. On the special detail that I'm going to add over here. I love this guy hanging. He's just hanging about. Speedray likes to troll me. That's funny though. And he's gonna stay there. He's gonna be a little Easter egg, and now you know why the Easter egg's there and why that guy's hanging from the bridge. It was just a little prank by Speedray. So right here, right in the middle of the bridge, because you have three that way. Three that way. I'm talking about the pillars above. So right in the middle, this whole section is gonna be drawn out. It's gonna be a big section. It's going to go deep. It's going to have lava falls. It's going to have a bridge going across that lava falls. And then right in the middle, I know you can't really tell, because I don't have my display on. I turned that all off so we can get a full screen here. But right back there is going to be a massive nether portal, and that is going to be the first time that you enter the portal. But this is going to be real eye candy right here. I think somewhere in there I'm going to try to put a human head or a skull sticking out of the wall at the top of it, and then or through his mouth. Maybe his mouth, yeah, have his mouth open, and you're looking inside his mouth. There's going to be lava falls. There's going to be a bridge, nice cool bridge in there, and then right behind all that, it's just going to be this massive nether portal. And I want to make sure that it's you can see it, from wherever you are on the map. That way, players know that hey, there's another there. And like I said in the beginning of the game, that you have to go through hell to get to the end. Of course, this one secret is not the one to the end. This one's going to be pretty cool when you go to the nether. I'm going to place with some mine carts and some buttons and switches and all that and do a maze while you're in a mine cart and switch it up a little bit. And like I said, it's going to come out. I'm thinking snowy biome because I really want to do something in the snow. I have some good ideas for it. Yeah, but that's going to wrap it up, guys, for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Yesterday or last night, 12 hours ago, I had mentioned I had 84 subscribers, and I'm happy that when I woke up this morning, I have 87. It has nothing to do with this video, of course, but that's a progression I'm talking about, that I'm really starting to get some traction on this, and I appreciate it, guys. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, share it with a friend, do whatever you got to do. You'll be helping me out and allowing me to bring you better content. All right, guys. I'll see you next video.